just finished watching the Gennady Golovkin Kell Brook press conference, and as you know, they kind of just swing questions at him by reporters after they have to say what they say and whatnot. Anyways, there's a few things to take from this. A reporter asked him, "What do you think of Golovkin's punching power?" And Kell Brook replied, "I think it's dangerous. It's definitely something there." And he basically acknowledged it and was saying, "Yeah, it's definitely a threat." I mean, his words saying, "Yeah, it's looking dangerous," and the fact that he's knocking everyone out just solidifies that. So he goes on to say, "I know that it's dangerous and it's something impressive," but then a few minutes later, he totally contradicts himself and says, "I look forward to getting hit by Golovkin, and I have zero respect for his power." And that's just after admitting that he is a dangerous puncher. Now, I don't know how the hell you can contradict yourself like that, because they're totally two different things. You say one's like, "Yeah, I believe it's real," when you're being asked, "What do you think of it?" And your reply is, "Yeah, it's dangerous, it's definitely real." But then you go off and say, it's, "I have no respect for it, and I look forward to getting hit by him." I mean, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know if he's just trying to stir the pot, get something going, but I don't see. He's smarter than that, and he should know better than that, because you don't get to where you're at being a world champion by being stupid or reckless. So I think he's just talking, and I know I said that he was just talking when he wanted to fight Golovkin, that or he wanted to match his countryman Amir Khan's, bravery, and like he stepped up versus Canelo Alvarez, but um, I really don't see how he. I mean, he acknowledged it, but then he says he has no respect for it. So it's totally contradicting what he just said. On the other hand, he's saying that, they ask him, "What do you feel? How do you feel now? New weight class." He's like, "I feel good. I'm the one that offered to go there. I didn't ask for a catch weight." He's like, "I'm eating now. I'm hitting harder. So once he feels my power, it's gonna definitely change what he does." Now, the funny thing about that is it reminds me almost exactly the same situation that Connor McTapperson said when he was moving up in weight versus Nate Diaz. And he was like, McGregor said, "I'm, moving up from 145. I'm not cutting weight, not starving myself, not looking like Skeletor on the scales." He's like, I'm getting bigger, I'm filling out, and I'm hitting harder." I'm telling you, it's exactly the same shit that Kell Brook said, but about Nate Diaz. And we all saw what happened there. He went in there and he did well, but then he got tapped out after getting caught with a punch, and didn't look like a devastating punch, but apparently it hurt him. And we hadn't seen him get rocked like that by smaller guys, right? Well, he goes up and fights someone bigger, they're going to rock you. And I'm telling you, it's almost reminds me of the same situation with Kell Brook. He's gonna go up there, but I think, yeah, I'm only in my maybe like an inch or two smaller, but I'm stronger now. I feel it, and I believe him. I believe that he does feel stronger, and he is hitting harder because of that added weight. But what he fails to think about is Gennady Golovkin is used to fighting guys that hit hard, and not only guys that hit hard like a fucking Curtis Stevens, power puncher, and the Rubio guy, power puncher also, and David Lemieux. So he's fighting these power punchers that are big punchers, and not only are they big punchers, they're big punchers at 160. So Brook, he I don't know if he's really thinking about that or just putting it in the back of his head and saying, what, I got to believe in this because this is the only way I'm going to win this fight. And he goes on to say, I'm not focused on what Triple G does. I'm focused on what I'm going to do. And that's the right mentality. You need to have that mentality that I can beat anyone if I do what I do correctly on this night. But in reality, I mean, I said it with the Pustinella fight and the Amir Khan fight, that there's weight classes for a reason. It's a cherry pick. Same shit here. But Kell Brook is, I don't know if he's really, buying into his whole hype that just because he's undefeated and he took out or didn't take out, but he beat a top welterweight in Sean Porter, And another thing to add on that, because he was saying that I have power and my power is just going to be greater at 160. Well, the thing is, Kell Brook, you're not necessarily knocking out everyone that you get in the ring with. I mean, hell, I can't even think of anyone you've knocked out other than that fucking Dan guy. Before that, when someone elite, you, I mean, we only have one fight to go off of, and now Sean Porter. You didn't drop Sean Porter. You didn't knock him out. And if we do comparison, Sean Porter got dropped by a smaller AB coming up in weight. And not only did he get dropped by a smaller AB coming up in weight, it was like late in the 11th, 12th round with like a check left hook. And usually when guys get dropped, it happens early in the fight. You're fresh, you have more power, you haven't expended that energy or that explosiveness, you still have it. But no, he got dropped by AB in the 11th, 12th round, and Kell Brook couldn't do it once. So the fact that he's going on about his, being a huge power puncher and he's just going to be that much bigger of a power puncher at 160, it gets me thinking, like, how the fuck are you going to say that? And then you're going to say that, oh, Golovkin's power is dangerous, I know it's real, but then turn around and say, I have zero respect for it and I can't wait to get punched in the face by him. It makes absolutely no sense, but hey, maybe, like I said, maybe he just needs to believe his own hype, and because I mean, as a fighter, if you're already pre-beaten before you go in there, and what I mean by that is, if like the Mike Tyson effect, if you're scared shitless before you go in there, you're pulling a Pusinella Alvarez, being scared half to death. You're already gonna lose before you go in. So you need to believe in yourself. You accomplish things in life by believing in yourself, whatever it is. And he needs to have that mentality, especially for this fight. But Kell Brook saying that he has zero respect for it and he can't wait to get punched in the face by Golovkin. I say, careful what you wish for, kid, because it might come true.